Here is another question that someone asked. They wanted to know if there was an easy way to check your long stairway to make sure that it's actually straight. And you could do it with a string. Just simply put a nail or a screw into one side of the stairway and put it in at the other side, and then pull the string tight, and then you can simply go up the stairs and see if the string is touching the tip of the stair tread, like this right here, or if it isn't. And if it isn't, then you have a problem. Now before I get carried away here, if you're within 1/8 of an inch or maybe 1/4 of an inch in the middle, that's probably not going to be a big deal. If you have 1/8 of an inch on one, 1/4 of an inch on the other, and then you're tight on the next one, then that could be a problem. But if you're off a little bit, then this could go back to what I was saying, to where you could have a sag in the stairway, or actually a crown in the stairway. And another problem could be that you miscut the stair stringers, the treads, or the risers also. So it's not just, I can't just say it's going to be one thing. You'll have to actually figure out what that one thing will be. So here's the stairway as it's built perfectly with a computer. Everything's nice and straight. But your problem with most stairways is usually going to be at the top or the bottom. And at the top, that could be as simple as forgetting to deduct for the ledger, which would create a situation like this, to where the last step is going to be a little longer. And then you're going to pull your string tight. Your string is going to be tight. It's just not going to be straight. And again, this could be caused by a few other problems with the stairway. So here we have our bottom straight line, but yet when we pull it tight, it's actually straight all the way to here, and then here, and then it angles back to here, which, using the first method, would give you the impression that everything's fine when it really isn't. So you can see here where if we brought this out a little further and then use this point, then we wouldn't have a problem. And I'm not about to suggest that this problem couldn't be found by simply measuring the depth of the stair tread and the height of the riser, because it can be. You just simply measure it and find that problem. But in order to figure out if the stairs are actually straight and are not sagging, they're not dipping in the middle or crowned somehow in the middle, then you might want to use this method here, to where we attach a block at both sides of the stairway. And of course, both of the blocks will need to be the same size and in the same location. So you're not going to want to put this block back here or have it extend further. Needs to be at the front of the tread, lined up, same height, in which we're using a 1-inch block here, 1 inch by 2 inches. And then we attach our string to that, get it nice and tight, and then use a block to check, the same size block, to check everything. So this isn't that difficult. We don't got to measure anything. We just simply slide the block into position here, and we can see we've got a problem. And if you remember, the problem, of course, is at the top of the stairway. The top tread is cut a little longer. But if it wasn't, then it would look something like this. All of the edges of the blocks would line up and everything would be straight all the way down. So again, any variations, if you take the block and you have it right here and it's off 1/8 of an inch, you're going to know then that there's a small variation. If you take the blocks and you put them on the front of each tread in the same position and everything is right on the money, then you know you have a straight stairway. Now, if the stairway is sagging, you can always raise it up. You can always, if of course, you can put a wall underneath it. If the architect has it designed to where there is no wall underneath it, they don't want a wall underneath it, then you're going to be stuck with what you have to deal with. So that is it for this video. If you check your stairway, and like I said, and it's off 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch, but everything measures the same. It's nice. It's easy to walk up and down the stairway. I wouldn't worry about it. There are no building codes, at least I haven't found any yet, that require the stairway to be perfectly straight. They just require the measurements to be the same for the treads and the risers.